Hello and welcome to another travel vlog. We haven't done one of these in a while, and this one's gonna be exotic and extensive and expensive.
all the adjectives.
It is 9 p.m. Our flight boards at 9:55 p.m. takes off at 10:30, and it is a solid 15 hours. Very exciting. You may notice I have a Starbucks in hand and question me. That is because my travel hack, as a person who has traveled extensively for over a decade as part of my career, including many long-haul flights and extreme time changes where I have to get off the plane and go straight to work so I cannot be jet-lagged, I just do a little bit of deprivation, just deprive myself of sleep. So my plan is to try to stay up till like 4 a.m. If I get to 4 a.m. our time, I will be pleased with myself. I've been up since 9 a.m. and I didn't get to sleep till 1:30. So I didn't get like a ton of sleep, but I feel like I got enough. So I'm drinking a grande chai tea latte with 2 shots of espresso, and I'm hoping that keeps me awake till 3 or 4 a.m. And then I will sleep for the last kind of like 7 hours of the flight. And that way when we land, it'll be 7 a.m. in Sydney, Australia. And
what are we doing in Sydney?
Well, a lot of things. So this will be a multi-series type of situation again, kind of like Japan, but we're going for 3 whole freaking weeks, man. I don't know I think the last time I did a trip that long was in like India in 2014 when I was there for a month. Which, by the way, I talk about that in my new book, Unseen. Pre-order now, link below. You'll notice also cane in hand and no Elton.
No Elton.
This is gonna be the longest I've been away from one of my guide dogs since I left Gypsy to go to India. I'm very distraught about it. It is already so much harder. I always say this, like the airport is probably my #1 favorite place to have a guide dog, because airports are just stressful. Like everybody's distracted, everybody's walking around with suitcases trying to get to their flights, nobody's looking or paying attention, there's so many obstacles, and Elton just is flawless. And then there's me bumbling my way around with this stick. But yeah, so welcome. I am like chilling in sweatpants, comfy. In my bag I've got like full of like toothbrush, toothpaste, floss, mouthwash, face wash, moisturizer, facial spray, under eye patches. I've got everything I need to like do a full bedtime routine at 4 a.m. when I go to sleep on the plane. Yeah, so feeling good, feeling excited. This trip has literally been 2 years in the making. I'm working with Guide Dogs Australia on a beauty summit. I'm working with Tourism Australia. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's going to be an amazing trip. So I can't wait for you to come along on this journey with us. But boy, do I miss home. A split second for you, and what has felt like an eternity for us, we have arrived. The flight honestly was not bad. It was like I got like a relatively okay amount of sleep, especially compared to you. I slept pretty okay. I did get like really bad stomach pains because hot girls have stomach problems, so that wasn't ideal. But yeah, it was all good. I was in the middle seat. But thankfully we had like a nice person sitting in the window, and I feel like it's so awkward when you're on a long flight and the person like sitting next to you, knee to knee, shoulder to shoulder, falling asleep on you, doesn't talk to you at all, ever. I feel like that's so uncomfortable. Like I'm like, let's just like break the tension here. So she was a delight. And then we got all our baggage, we landed at like 6 a.m. here, which is like 1 in the afternoon for us, but we left at like 10:30 p.m. Like it all feels weird. So our bodies don't know what we're doing right now. We feel all over the place, but we were thankfully able to check into our hotel. We're staying at the Moxie just at the airport because we're getting on another flight tomorrow. We'll deal with that tomorrow. I'll tell you about it then. But we got into our hotel room at like 7 a.m., showered. Bless. I've never wanted to shower more in my life. Washed my hair, brushed my teeth, got new clothes on. I feel like $1 million. And when I say that, I'm really exaggerating because I do have a headache and I am very jet lagged. But I was really hungry, so we managed to grab a banana. It was supposed to be like, I don't know, $30 to go to the buffet. And we were like, can we just buy a banana? Because that's all we want after our flight. And they were like, just take the banana. So it's very nice of them. And then we bought some hummus and crackers for some protein and latte, because we need all the caffeine we can get our hands on. And it is still not even like 10 a.m. here. And we need to try to stay awake all day. So we're just gonna leave the hotel after we're done our coffee and like wander. We're gonna go to, what is it?
Royal Botanical Garden.
Yes, that.
Right next to the Sydney Opera House.
We figure it's just like fresh air. We're gonna be outside in nature. That'll kind of revive us. Apparently Elton's doing very well, so that makes me happy. My mom took him to the beach today and on a ferry ride, so he's having a good time. And before anybody asks, it is very difficult to get a guide dog into Australia. And beyond that, just like that length of flight is grueling on us, let alone him. So it just wasn't feasible to be able to bring him here. And as devastated as I am, I also know it was the right decision. So that is why, because I realized I didn't explain that at the airport. Also, remind me. Don't you forget to remind me, you guys. I need to tell you about the funniest, ableist conversation we had on the airplane. It was fire. It was so good. So I'm gonna tell you about that later, but I need a bit more caffeine before we get into that. I feel like coming into nature and fresh air is really truly the move to staying awake and overcoming jet lag, just filling our lungs with fresh oxygen. Okay, I'm first off taken aback by all the sounds of the birds. Number one, we know birds are my biggest fear, but just the birds don't sound anything like the birds I'm used to. There's so many different sounds and none of them I recognize. It's very cool. And my boyfriend was just showing me this rock formation. And it's like this weird texture. There's all these like holes almost in it. And it feels like salt or sand. It kind of is what I picture like a coral reef to look like. And then we have the Sydney Opera House. Da, 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 somewhere back here. There it is. It was really cute because when we were walking, my boyfriend was like, oh, look, we can see the Sydney Opera House. And I was like, I love the way you include me in that. You see it, and I'm here with you.
Yes, we can see it.
It's so cool.
These stalks that go way up and then they turn into these huge, like 4-foot long leaves.
Like Jack and the Beanstalk.
Giant leaves. Oh, that's a cool sounding bird.
I like that sound. It's very pretty.
Wow.
You gotta see it.
That is such a pretty sounding bird.
We gotta see it. You gotta tell me what it looks like.
I don't
it's
know.
So pretty.
I don't know where it's coming from. Over here somewhere.
I love it. I love that sound. My mom would be dying over all of this. She loves birds and she owned a gardening business. This would be her sanctuary.
Do you want to feel these really big palm leaves or whatever they are?
Whoa.
Just don't rip it. That is a giant leaf.
I feel like a fairy. I wish I was in like a little woodland nymph dress.
Yeah.
Instead, I just look like a frickin' tourist, which is fine because I am. But this outfit leaves a lot to be desired. Don't worry, I know. The fanny pack.
We'll come back like
Workout sneakers.
when we're back here
Yeah.
in our other hotel later.
We have to do. Like,
This is a good like scouting.
So my boyfriend grew up with a pet cockatoo, and when we came, he was like, "One of those birds sounds just like my pet growing up, Rocky." It's because they're all wild cockatoos, and this girl is feeding them seeds, and they're all flying. And like at one point, I don't know what it is now, but at one point she had like 4 of them on her, like 1 on her head, 2 on the shoulders. Like they're all just flying in. I am, don't get me wrong, absolutely pooping my pants, but I'm trying to be brave because I do think this is very cool. But every time I hear, oh, Jesus.
You're conquering your fears.
It's my heart. It's the flap of the wings.
Oh, here they go. Molly was hiding behind me. That was cool. I caught that on camera.
Oh my God, I think I just pulled a muscle. Australia's off to a good start.
Oh, here comes back a few more.
Oh my God.
Okay, we can go a few more feet. And pause there. Okay. And pause there.
Pause, play, pause, play. Can I go?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Hello. Do you want to say anything? Just got off the big, cool plane.
Hello. We're still in Australia, but we just had 2 more airplane rides. We both slept like a solid 12 hours, I think, almost. So we're feeling very rejuvenated and refreshed. Went back to the Sydney airport this morning, flew to Brisbane, and now we are in Hervey Bay. And then we're getting on a ferry, oh, thank you, to go to Gari Island, otherwise known as Fraser Island. So that is the plan for the next few days. Let the fun begin. Oh, also, on the plane, I was boarding this little tiny plane, and someone was Molly. I was like, yeah. They're like, Molly Burke. I was like, yes. They're like, I'm blind too. It was so crazy.
Yeah, someone knew who you were.
Yeah, I met my first Aussie follower, and she's also blind.
Also, I wonder if she's, oh yeah, she's over here. Let's go say hi.
Yeah. I feel like it's Titanic.
It's Titanic.
I'm the queen of the world. We are on the ferry heading to Gari Island. It is so gorgeous. The weather, oh my god, the sun is shining, the breeze is blowing. It's beautiful out here. It's very vibey. Ooh, I ended up in the airport getting to meet up with the blind follower of mine. Her name was Jo. Hi Jo, shout out to you. We had such a fun chat. It was so funny because she's only like 2 inches taller than me. We had the exact same cane. Insert photo here. Like the no jab cane with the red leather handle from Ambutech. And she also does like a ton of advocacy work here in Australia for the community. She's getting a guide dog, and she had a big pink suitcase and a little pink suitcase. I had a big pink suitcase and a little pink suitcase, to the point where they almost thought we mixed ours up. So I feel like she's the Australian me. Very fun. Yeah, so all in all, a fabulous start to the trip. I can't wait.